But we begin with that new jobs report showing promising news for the economy. U.S. employers added 559,000 jobs in May, more than doubling the number from April, but still falling short of expectations. The unemployment rate fell to 5.8%, down from 6.1% last month. Chief Business and Economics correspondent Rebecca Jarvis joins me live now for more. Rebecca, on the one hand, we did better than last month's really disappointing numbers. On the other hand, still falling short of expectations. So what does this tell you about the state of the economic recovery?
Well, Diane, it tells you that things are okay, but they're not what economists were expecting. If you take a look at the average forecast for this jobs report, economists were forecasting an increase of 671,000 jobs. What we got was the 559,000 jobs. There are currently in this country 8 million job openings. The struggle is filling those jobs, and there are a myriad of reasons of why it's complicated for employers to get people, new workers, in those roles. You have schools still not in person. Child care is an issue. In some cases, there is family care, caring for sick loved ones. And then you have this issue around the unemployment benefits, which has been a hot-button political issue, Diane, and one that we will really, in a very short time, see how big of a situation it has caused as 25 states decided that they will be lessening those benefits over the course of June and July. They were set to extend all the way to September, but 25 states have decided that they will not extend them all the way to September. And the bottom line here, Diane, is that there are still 9.3 million, according to this labor report, unemployed Americans. That's still much higher than where things stood pre-pandemic, when it was 5.7 million people who were out of work. The unemployment rate now 5.8%. You go back to February of 2020, the unemployment rate was 3.5%. So there's still a ways to go of climbing out of the deep wounds of the pandemic, Diane.
So, Rebecca, you've got millions of Americans still looking for work. What industries are doing the most hiring right now? Where should people be looking?
Well, the strongest industry by far in this last jobs report was leisure and hospitality, and that really makes sense because leisure and hospitality, bars, restaurants, cafes, they were the places that were forced to shut down during the pandemic. They are reopening. So far, the consumer has been very avid about dining out, traveling again in many places, so that's a very strong area. Some other areas that we've seen strength: healthcare, education. Some of these areas that also had closures over the course of the summer are now starting to reopen. Manufacturing is another one. But something to watch here in this jobs report is that we saw a decrease in hiring in retail and construction. Now, that doesn't make sense, especially on construction, when you've seen home buying be in so many parts of the country. People are so avid about purchasing new homes. You want to see those construction jobs continue to get created and get filled, because those, Diane, tend to be some of the best paying jobs that you can find. Diane?
And Rebecca, despite the fact that you've got millions of people looking for work, some businesses say that they're trying to hire, and yet they can't find the help that they need. As you mentioned, the unemployment benefits have become a political issue here. Some people are blaming COVID relief and things like bolstered unemployment for that. So what's behind those numbers?
Well, it's very complicated here, Diane, because I talk to small business owners all the time who tell me, I've listed the jobs this month, and yet I've gotten no applications for the jobs. Certainly, unemployment benefits, as you talk to economists, and I do every day, are a part of this equation. As I mentioned, so is childcare, so is caring for the sick. We will, in the next couple of months here, really have a much stronger sense about the degree to which those unemployment benefits are playing a role, because they are set to expire in the coming months. One other thing I would point out, and this especially has impacted a lot of the bar and restaurant owners I talk to, a lot of people moved during the course of the pandemic. Whatever their life was pre-pandemic has dramatically changed now. So if you're an employer and you're reaching out to the employees who left you in February or March of 2020, a lot of them just aren't there anymore. It is a whole new crop of talent, which is both good news. If you're a job seeker, there's opportunity there. But if you're an employer, going back to the same people might not be the best way to get people in the chairs. And I will point out one last last thing. If you're a worker right now, here's part of the issue for workers. There's the burnout factor. If you are working in a company that needs 10 employees and they only have 4 or 5 right now, well then, if you're an employee at that company, you're doing the extra work to compensate for those remaining people who have yet to be hired, Diane.
All right, Rebecca Jarvis, thanks for that.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.